Because my first one, I learned that book on. First cast. Really? And then it's something else about. I'm like, I think it's scary. But he goes, yeah, it's the same size. He got hot switch.
It's 11 hours was the part of it. It starts like this. So it says I'm a rabbit. But I got nothing to do. They don't have the recorded. So
And he said he can study this.
yeah, I know. Because I've been trying to email him. I get it recorded. Everybody else, that's good. That's the only one that could be. So. He said he told us last week he was.
Okay, so here's the thing. You can buy sterilized tomorrow. You can buy sterilized transfer. Grass card party.
How did you get signed up?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
You start over 3. No, never did. But as soon as it takes the work off, yes. So that day was done.
The other ones,
They're already sterilized.
they should auto adjust.
All right, guys, we are at 1 o'clock, and I just want to thank all of you again for coming really early. Some of you were here like even before noon, and that is actually very impressive. So thank you guys for being on time. Thank you for being here. And this is a really impressive group that we have here today. And actually, we haven't been able to have Raven Ready in person since 2019 due to the pandemic. So this is that we're really excited that you guys are here today in person. And so I'm curious who we have in our crowd today. So if you are a brand new student to CMN, if you could raise your hand so we can kind of get a visual. Awesome. If you're a transfer student, if you could raise your hand for us. All right, a few. All right, so if you are a family member or a supporter, if you could raise your hand. All right, excellent. So we're really glad to have you guys here today. So Hische, Stongo, Crystal Wynn, Chahachakudos. My name is Crystal Wynn. I serve as the Dean of Student Affairs here at the College of Muskogee Nation. So I just want to welcome all of you to Raven Ready and welcome to CMN. Again, this is our first time being able to have this in person since 2019, so we're really glad you guys are here. We have a really good program set up for you guys today. I've got the full agenda pulled up behind me, and it's also in your welcome kit if you guys wouldn't mind getting that agenda out for me and following that with me. So to get us kicked off, we're going to have a few speakers that have some really good important information for you all. And then we're going to have our student organization advisors come up and introduce themselves. And we really want to encourage you guys to get to know the campus, get to know other new students today, who the student organization advisors are. And we really want you guys to get your questions answered. So that's really the whole purpose of Raven Ready orientation. We want you guys to get to know us, get to know one another, and get all your questions answered. So we want to keep it, pretty relaxed and formal. So if you guys have a question, just feel free to raise your hand. And we are recording live today. So if you know anyone that wasn't able to be here, just let them know that, it's available on the College of Muskogee Nation YouTube. And we'll also be sending this out via email and on your D2L. And so we were going to go ahead and get everything rolling. So my name again is Ms. Wynn. My office is located up the sidewalk here in the administration building. And so if anyone in here needs any physical accommodations, you can come see me for that. We'll get you taken care of. Or if you have any complaints or concerns, my office is also the lucky office that handles those. So definitely come see me if you have any issues like that. And so I'm going to go ahead and hand over the time to our Dean of Academic Affairs, Mr. Miko Tyner, and he's got some important information for all of you.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. As Crystal said, my name is Miko Tyner. I serve as the Dean of Academic Affairs, and I've been here at CMN for about 14 years now. And so one of the things, we're glad to be back in person for Raven Ready. And so one of the things that I encourage you to be involved with your education, become engaged with your instructors. A lot of times during this Raven Ready, I always encourage the students to go by the number 4. And the number 4 in Muskogee culture is a sacred number. And there's many reasons why we use number 4. We use it a lot at our ceremonial grounds. We take medicine whenever we dance, and it signifies completeness. And so for higher education, I use that number 4. Not only that, but I want you all during your first semester here is to attend 4 events throughout your very first semester. So all y'all can count this event orientation as one. And then we'll have some other events going on. We'll have a fall fest. We'll have a Native American Heritage. We'll have different speakers. But at least attend 4 events to be engaged on campus. And then to make 3 connections with maybe your roommate. Maybe it might be an instructor. It could be a staff member. Just make 3 connections while you're on campus. And then for the number 2, while you're here, I want you to study at least 2 hours for every hour of courses you're enrolled in. And then 1 is to join one student organization. We have a couple organizations here on campus, but just go be involved with the student organization, at least 1. And then for 0, have 0 unexcused absences in all your classes. So if you can do all those things, you're going to have a very productive semester. You're going to be engaged. You're going to be pretty active. And so my office is up in the AB building. It's room 99. If you need academic accommodations, you can see myself or my assistant, Michaelia Frank. But just stop by to see me. It's good, glad to have y'all here. Look forward to seeing you throughout the rest of the semester.
And Lisa?
Hello, my name is Lisa Bear. I think I met you guys out at the table. So I'm pretty sure I told you everything out there, but I'm just going to introduce myself again. I'm the Health and Wellness Case Manager here at the College Muskogee Nation. So if you ever run into anything, any situations outside of the academic, stress, questions about behavioral health, questions about our OPLA program, which is the Financial Assistance Program, pretty sure I talk to every single person in here. So just ask for health and wellness and they'll get you up to me. We're up in the other building. So our application for OPLA does open Monday. But if you have any questions, you need any help with the application, just ask for health and wellness and anybody can get you to us. Oh, and we have a free health shelf. So I'm pretty sure I told you guys about it, but it's free hygiene items for students as many times as you need it. Items vary because it's on donations, but it's free for students. And like I said, just ask for health and wellness and they'll get you to us. But I think.
Title IX.
Oh, I thought it was on health and wellness. Okay. So I am also the Title IX coordinator. So Title IX is sexual harassment. Every student this fall will be receiving Title IX training. It'll be on your D2L. So I don't know if you're familiar with that, but your classes will be on there. There also will be a tile for Title IX. So everybody enrolled this fall is going to get it. If you have any questions about that, you can contact me and we can go over that. But it's a policy and procedures for Title IX. It's a student training, which is a PowerPoint, and then it's going to have questions for you to answer at the end. You must complete this training before the end of the semester, and I think enrollment starts around October. So usually that's when I want you guys to finish it. Otherwise, you will have a hold on your account, which will prevent you from enrolling for the spring. So just get to it as soon as you can. It should be on there next week at some point. And then, but if you have any questions about Title IX, just come and see me. It's Lisa Bear.
As for health and wellness, like I said, and then I can answer your questions about that. Is that about it, Crystal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mado, thank you,
Mado.
Lisa. All right, up next, we're gonna ask our student organization advisors to come up and just introduce themselves and talk a little bit about their student organization. So we've got Mr. Colton Wood up first.
Adjust the mic, please.
You gonna take it back up?
All right, SJ everybody. I think I met most everybody, came by and see me at the table out there. One thing I want you to remember, TLC, remember we're the fun group. So just remember, we like to go have a lot of fun, so come and join us. We don't really have any requirements to be part of our group. So just come check us out. We'll be putting out information next week about when our meetings are. But everybody on campus is welcome to join us, and we just like to have a good time. We like to make a community here, and we do lots of different sports, various activities, and sometimes even off-campus activities. Also today, I'm helping represent PTK. So if you didn't come see me, PTK, or Phi Theta Kappa, is the honor society on campus. And so they pretty much work on academic meetings, meaning they do research, but they also get to present their research at the end of the year. And so it's a very good thing. It's a very good thing to work on, but you also get to be proud of the work that you did. One last thing that I'm going to add on to my little group here is I'm also we help out with media here. So we have lots of equipment for media, meaning audio and video, and you can see our intern here taking pictures. This is Will. If you have any need to do any kind of media, you want to make a video for YouTube, you want to take pictures, we have various contests that happen through the year. If you're interested, come see us. Come see me. We'll get you set up. If you want to record a podcast, we've got equipment. So just come check us out. We have tons of stuff available for you to be active on campus, and that's what our number one goal is. All right? Thank you.
Then we've got Miss Diana Powell.
Woo! He just thought he was the fun group.
No, it's the truth.
I am your College of Muskogee Nation housing manager. And if you have not had a need to get in the dorms, I am inviting you to begin needing to now. Because I want to get as many of you as I can get down there into housing. We have our student housing organization, and you're instantly a member when you move into housing. We do all of our student activities through the show, and we call it SHOW for short. This is also your governing body to have a vote to make any changes in policy or add things down there at housing that you're interested in, and so you have the ability to be able to have a vote. And we do cultural activities, but we do just a lot of fun activities. We do at least one activity a month officially. We have to meet 3 times in a semester for business meetings. Always in the fall, we vote in new officers, and so we'll have that set up to do that vote whenever my housing students move in this Sunday. And I just love to have all of you. I have 84 beds and I've got 63 filled, and I've recruited about 3 or 4 more while I was sitting out there at the table. So if you're interested in housing, you come see me.
All right, Mado. And up next, we've got Miss Cynthia Sanders.
I have to adjust this. Ms. Shay, thank you all. My group is called American Indian Science and Engineering Society. For short, we call ourselves ACES. We are involved with scholarship opportunities for students, as well as internships and other opportunities for you all to develop your career. If you're interested, even if you're a different major other than STEM, other than engineering or mathematics, we'd like to have you. We meet on Thursdays. Mado.
William, would you mind talking a little bit about Student Senate? And this is one of our current students, Mr. William Baird, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the Student Senate here on campus.
Ms. Jay, my name's William Baird, and I'm the TLC president of this semester. And I'm not officially part of the Student Senate, but I've been involved with a lot of the meetings and everything. And pretty much what they do is that like they are over every organization here. So like any type of organization that goes up to wants to do an activity, they have to go to Student Senate first and just bring it up to them, and then they have to wait for them to vote on it. And like, I don't know too much about it because I'm not an official member yet, or at all. But the times I've been there, they've talked about just major, like, big activities within the campus. So, and I know that they go to, I think it was Washington D.C. like for a convention and everything. So like, it's a pretty cool thing out there. I wish I could have gotten into it, but it's a little too late for me. But you know, I encourage y'all to go out there, and it's a pretty nice organization.
Thank you so much, William. Thank you, advisors, for coming up and introducing yourselves. So up next, we do have our student panel portion of the program. So if I can ask the student panelists to come on up and have a seat. Okay, so we have a really good student panel planned for all of you today. So we do have a mixture of current students, and we have a couple of CMN graduates. And so we want them to just introduce themselves and just kind of talk about their experiences that they have here at College of the Muskogee Nation. And if anyone has any questions for them, just feel free to raise your hand and ask them any questions that you might have for the group. And so we'll just go ahead and let them introduce themselves.
Hello, my name's Thomas Berryhill. I graduated in 2017 from Tribal Services. I left here and then I came back. Now I am the grants coordinator at the school.
Hello, my name is Samantha Lackey and I graduated from the College of the Muskogee Nation in April of 2020. I got my associate's degree in general studies. It had always been a dream of mine to get my degree, but I had taken many wrong turns in my life. So whenever I came back here, I was a little bit of an older student. My college experience here is pretty great. I did not grow up traditionally, so I got to learn a lot of my culture whenever I got here. There's been a lot of displacement and things like that in my family, so that was huge for me to be able to come here and feel like I fit in and be able to learn things that my own family couldn't even teach me. So while I was here, I made really good grades. I was accepted into the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, which I had never been in an honor society before. I didn't care about school that much, so I was also the president in 2019 of PTK, so that was pretty cool. Also, this is the first tribal college in the nation to take part in the nationally renowned societies, so it was kind of a big deal. So I got to take part in lots of activities here through the college. I made many, many new friends, and I also got to take my first plane ride to Washington, D.C., and that was also the first time I'd ever been to Washington, D.C., so killed two birds with one stone there, and that was really awesome. So right now I work here as an administrative assistant in the Student Success Center. I'm sure a lot of you have seen me. I'm also a student at the Northeastern State University. I'm working on my bachelor's degree in organizational leadership. This college got me started on my journey to higher education, and it has shown me that I'm capable of achieving my dreams, and you're capable too. So I would say don't be afraid to ask questions. I'm sure people around you have the same question too. Don't be shy. And I would say to find out about our student organizations and make sure that you join one. But other than that, if anybody has any questions, I'm always around and I'm willing to help you. If I can't answer your questions, I can point you in the direction of somebody who can.
Hi everybody, my name is Peyton Beaver. I graduated from here in 2021 with a criminal justice degree. I am currently coming back this semester to take some classes, trying to boost my GPA so I can continue my education. My college experience here was pretty all around. I didn't do much my first semester. I kind of focused on books and everything, stayed in my dorm, which was not fun. Don't do that. There's a lot of stuff to do here. And not only like culturally, like we have stickball games, we have bow shoots. There's classes to teach you miniature turtle shakers. Anybody wants to learn how to do that? Spoken language. You can do a lot here. And then there's others like social activities. I know Ms. Diane kind of touched on the housing association. We vote on doing things like that. Everything from fun days to shoot, get all up in the Tower Lodge and have fun, play video games. I don't know. It's been a minute since I've been here. God dang. But if you guys have any questions about anything, where to go, who to talk to about certain things around campus, I got you. I'm pretty cool. I think you're more. Shut up, Will. Think this way.
Mr. J, my name is William Bear, and my college experience has been a very crazy one since this is my last semester, and ever since last semester as well, I've been reflecting on when I first started here back in 2017, and I don't know, it was just crazy because I've definitely experienced a lot of changes within me. Like when I first came here, I came from a small town, and I had a very selfish mindset just because of how I grew up down there. But coming here and everything, it showed me, I don't have to think that way no more, and that, that's not how the outside world is compared to my town and everything. And I've met a lot of good people, and I've had a change in heart where I want to help as many people as I want, especially from our tribe, our nation, and everything. I've been very, very, I grew up traditionally, and coming here and learning the history, I never, that's the major thing about this place for me, was that it's just the history of our people. Growing up, I never even knew about anything like that. All I knew was just the Trail of Tears, and that was it. And I came here and learned a lot more than I ever expected to. And right now I'm in the internship for the media, and that's been just another life-changing thing for me because when I first started here, I never expected I'd be up here just taking pictures, and getting paid for it and everything. And that's what that's something I wish I would have really looked at when I first started was the internship. Because it really carries on to your transcript and everything, and colleges can look back on the stuff you did, which will really help you. So that's something I'm very glad for, and I hope y'all look into it as well, and just really start thinking about your future.
All right, so I do have a few questions for our panelists. So we'll start over here with TJ. But TJ, were there any scholarships that you were awarded as a CMN student that you would recommend that our new students look into?
Yes, we have our American Indian College Scholarship, and I was awarded that, and then I was also awarded our first-time generation college student, so because my parents and grandparents never went to college. And that was a pretty good grant. I think that was a $5,000 grant for the year, so that's how I supported myself. And that was a continuous grant, so after I left here, it followed me along towards when I went to school at Haskell as well. And then there's several other grants. If you look for them, there's ones at the tribe, and you can do pretty good with scholarships here. But the American Indian College Fund is probably the biggest one because there's multiple scholarships for that one. Once you fill out that application, it submits you for over 150 different types of scholarships.
Any scholarships that I got? I did receive the Full Circle Scholarship one year, which was through American Indian College Fund. So I got that for 2 semesters, and that was like $2,000. So make sure that you definitely fill out your American Indian College Fund stuff. And then I did receive a scholarship through Creek Nation Scholarship Foundation. So, but other than those, and the Tribal College University, the TCU, through American Indian College Fund, I also received that. So.
And you guys will see flyers for the American Indian College Fund Scholarship and the Full Circle Scholarship whenever those open up and whenever the deadlines are getting closer. And we also post that to the CMN Facebook and Instagram. So again, I'd encourage you guys to follow those pages if you can, if you have those. We also send those out through your student email, and we host workshops where our financial aid coordinator will actually reserve a classroom, and if you need to go in, and he'll walk you through the entire application process. So, all right, hand it over to Mr. Beaver here.
I just received the Circle Fund and I can't remember what it was. The one in higher ed, if you go to Creek Nation Higher Ed, that one's, I like that one. It's nice.
So far, the only one I've really gone for was just the American Indian Scholarship, and that's really helped me out. And especially this semester, y'all sign up for it because the fall semester is like the best time to sign up for it. So, yeah.
And after your group tour today, we are going to have a financial aid lab in the administration building. And our financial aid coordinator, Siobhan Smith, is going to be in the financial aid lab to answer any questions. So if you guys want to ask him about that, ask him about any upcoming deadlines, I encourage you guys to go to that lab after your tour. Also, I mentioned this too, after the tour, there's also going to be an IT lab. So if you're not sure how to print your class schedule, if you're not sure how to access D2L or your email, we've got Neil Myers right here, IT guru. He's going to be in the IT lab at the top of the building there. Okay, so I have another question for our panelists here. What was the funniest or craziest memory you have of being a student at CMN?
Wow, there were so many. I didn't go too much into my detail about my life from what I did through here at CMN, so I want to go through that real quick. I was student senate president. I was president of ACES. I was president of TLC. At one point or another, if there was a club here, I was president of it. I met my wife here. I actually proposed on campus right out front in the big circle with all the clans out front. So, CMN is a big, important aspect to my life. So, I'm not going to go say the proposal is probably going to be my favorite, but while I was a student, it was probably all the volleyball games we had. We had tons of volleyball games, and some of the funnest ones were when we got the students versus faculty going around. And I don't know if you guys met Maggie or Miko yet, but going through and playing with them and just having a good old time playing with faculty was just great.
I don't recall anything really crazy happening while I was here, but I can definitely tell you that Mr. Herod keeps the class alive with his magic tricks.
Has anybody met Mr. Herod yet? He was out here. Yeah, definitely keeps his classes lively, and he always stays up to date on his tricks. And
All right, quick question. Who all here has met Mackie? Raise your hand. Bald guy, glasses.
Mackie Moore.
Mackie Moore. Nobody? Wow. You guys are in for a treat. Okay. Huh?
He's been on vacation.
He's gonna be.
He's been gone.
Don't listen to Sands. He's weird. I love you, Sands. Mackie, he's a cool dude. Funniest thing I've ever heard him. He tried to go. We had a water slide one time, and he couldn't. He got all the way up to the top of it, and kind of he was to slide down. Man tried to roll down. Look like falling comment. It's coming hot and heavy. No. It was not. It was fun. Pretty fun. Got everybody all soaked. Mm.
It's funnier than you do it. Just saying, you right
No, but also I think the funniest. It snowed one spring semester here. We got, what year was that? We got a lot of snow. It was a long time ago. Anyway, you can't really see over where you're stepping, especially on that hill right here. You get too slow to snow down, take cardboard boxes and go down. We didn't have a lot of money. Yeah, I fell through the rock and got stuck. Levi I asked Levi to come help me. He kind of just walked over to me and laughed at me.
I would never.
He's like, dang, bro, you got your own self stuck. We'll take this
I guess one of the craziest things, or funniest things was doing the softball tournaments that we have here. Like they were pretty fun, like just getting competitive. And even though I sucked at them, I still had fun. And I guess one of the funniest things that like my friends wouldn't leave me alone about was just getting hit in the shin with the softball. And it took me out for like a week. And, oh no, they just would not stop messing with me about that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And like all these tournaments that we have, basketball, baseball, softball, and all that, they're pretty fun. So like those are like some of the most just funnest times I've had.
Okay, and we'll start back down here on this end this time, but I have one last question for our panelists. So if you could tell this group of new students in here, if you could leave them with one piece of good advice for starting school here at College of the Muskogee Nation, what would you tell them? What do you want to leave them with?
That's you.
I would say just stay up on your mental health and everything. You know, for the first time I was here, I always struggled asking for help. You know, asking for anything in class, mental health and everything, because I would always just tell myself, you know, it's not that big of a deal. But that's one of the major things I would say. Just keep up on your mental health, because like it can really affect you. It affected me my times here, and I wish at those times I would have went and talked to someone sooner. But I encourage that to all of y'all, because it's really important and it makes a huge difference.
I recommend you learn all you can about everybody first semester. Not just students, but staffing as well. Because like I told you, my first semester I didn't do much. I regret that instantly after next semester. I didn't know where everything was. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know there was a bookstore here. Everybody know the bookstore? Right? Yeah, didn't know that. I didn't know you can go get drinks for class. You gotta learn that. But no, for real guys, learn everything you can and just get it. I'm talking, you had your chance. See, you always interrupt people. Thank you.
Thank you. Hand it to Samantha.
My tip would be to don't be afraid to ask questions. I know that everybody's probably a little bit nervous, and that's normal. But do not be afraid to ask questions, because if you don't ask, you won't know. And also, try to make sure you get involved in something here. Anything that they're putting on for the students, you'll see us out there in the foyers. Try to get involved, because when you know people and you put yourself out there, you really have a great time. So.
What was the question?
If you could leave these new students with one good piece of advice, what would you tell them?
All right, so the one biggest piece of advice is go to class. This is a lot of opportunities for, you as, getting your own responsibilities, and it seems like it could be an issue, not a big issue, but going to class seems like it's some of the hardest things for some of our students. So if you can't make it to class, make sure your friends are helping you get to class. That's, without going to class, you're not going to pass, or you're not going to be able to go on any trips or anything. So I would say make sure you're involved in class.
And I have to call you all the time. You will hear from me. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. So Samantha works in the Student Success Center, and so we are an attendance-taking institution, meaning that if you miss, depending on the length of the class time, or if it's online, if it's once a week, if it's 2 or 3 times a week, depending on the length of the class time, how many absences you miss, if they're unexcused, and then you can get administratively withdrawn from that course. And so always, if I could leave you guys with one thing, make sure that you communicate with your instructors. So it's kind of like if you had a full-time job, you wouldn't just do a no-call, no-show at a job. You need to communicate with your supervisor. In this case, it would be the faculty, your instructor, and make sure that they know why you're gone. Email them. I mean, a lot of our faculty, they're so open to communication, and sometimes they give out their cell phone numbers. They really open up that line of communication, so we really can't harp on that enough. So just, sounds like the consensus is attend your classes, communicate with your instructors, and get involved. That's something I've really heard a lot today from these guys, who experienced students to get involved with the student organizations. And so, does anyone in the audience today have any questions for our panel or for, all right, in the back, you might have to speak up loud and proud, please.
What was the most interesting fact that you learned about your culture? Because for me, I'm eating plant, so I'm deer plant, and I've recently started getting hunting. And so I know that shooting a deer is like shooting my brother, or eating deer is like eating my brother.
Are you wanting them all to answer that, or is there someone specific?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll start down here. Good question.
One of the things, like, a lot of the ceremonial stuff I pretty much knew just from growing up on it. But some of the other stuff about my culture was just the homelands, you know, where we came from and everything. And, you know, I never, ever thought that existed. Like, I had no idea that the mounds and everything up in Alabama ever existed. That's where we came from. So, like, that's what really helped me feel more connected with my culture, was like learning where you came from and everything. Like, I think about it all the time. I talk to my brother about it, and it was just, I don't know, like, learning about your culture, like, it really, it keeps me going forward, because, like, you know, a lot of the things that I've been taught within our culture and everything, it's sort of like giving me a purpose, because, like, you know, like, part of our culture is like, you know, all the older ones used to ask me, you know, like, what can you do for your people before you go? So, like, that's one of the major things, is like, what can you give back to your people and everything? And, like, I don't know, like, it's just, I still have a lot to learn about my culture still, even though I grew up with it, because, you know, there's a lot of stuff, and a lot of the stuff I can't really talk about either. But I encourage it, because, you know, I know this semester we're going to be putting up a stickball post, and we're going to be making stickballs for any of y'all who are interested in everything. So like, there's definitely a lot of stuff planned to help culturally to connect y'all. So, you know, I'll be happy to see y'all out there learning about it.
To continue with the stickball thing, please make sure everybody's out there at least once, just to learn, experience it. It's a lot of fun.
Cause yeah, like, it is important, because, like, even though you may not use it, it's still important to know it, because, like, you know, there could be someone else in your family who wants to know but don't know where to go to, but you have the information, and you can tell it to them, and they can carry it along with them.
To kind of continue what you were saying back there with the Angel Clan, but being a Deer Clan, I knew I was Bushwa, Bird Clan. I grew up in a semi-traditional household, and I didn't really know that much as far as like what that really means to me. But since coming here, if anybody doesn't know, does anybody have Normal Marshall for a teacher this semester? Anybody know? She teaches spoken language. Yeah. She's my great aunt. She's scary. Yeah. Everybody, yes ma'am, her, please. Just yes ma'am, the whole time. Anyway, no, she taught me a lot about what it comes to being that. And you were talking about taking a deer's life and everything for your brother. I kind of understand where that's coming from, because I also danced men's northern traditional power dance. And I kind of learned more what that means when I have like feathers in my regalia. And I have the eagle feathers at home, what that really means. So I understand like the whole meaning behind it. I'm trying to think what else.
No.
Did you want to answer my question?
But yeah, like, another thing too is just like, cause like, it just came to mind what you said about like hunting deer and everything. Cause like, ever since I was little, I was always taught about like the respect for nature and everything. Like, and I remember as a kid, I used to get yelled at for like, just messing with like an anthill or something. Cause like, a lot of that stuff is medicine. Like, there's a lot of medicine out there with these animals and everything. that was one thing my dad taught me was like, you know, just hunting for sport, you know, he's always like told me about stuff like that and like how, you know, that's something that we shouldn't do, like just to go out and just hunt, just, you know, for the fun of it. Because, you know, going out there and hunting, especially with some of our ceremonies, you know, like we use the animals that we hunt, that we can hunt, and we use them during our ceremonies and everything. And I don't know, like it's so weird, like, because it's weird for me to tell y'all this because like this is just like nothing to me, like it's just like a common knowledge for me. And that was kind of an eye opener when I came here too, was just like telling people these things culturally and them not knowing it. And so like that's what, I don't know, it's pretty interesting, and like that's one thing I'm excited for, is just to, I guess, tell the culture more to more people and everything. Because like stuff like that from your tribe, like, you know, stuff like that is very sacred. And it's important to know these things.
So I'm deer clan also, so I grew up non-traditional. You know, other than I knew that I was Native American in Muskogee Creek, that's about the extent, you know. I knew some words from my grandparents, but other than that, so coming here was a big change, you know. I learned more about my clan and, you know, learned about other clans, so that was good. Started learning the language, you know. I encourage you all to get involved and start at least practicing the language. I'm starting right now to learn how to sing hymns, so that's a big thing that we're starting to. Some other stuff that I learned, like I said, I was non-traditional, so I was glad to figure out. Muskogee, you know, we have two different types of tribal towns. We have our red and our white, and I did not know that. So during the time of peace, we had our white towns, and during the time of red, we had our war parties, and also two different types of Mikos, stuff like that. You know, I would have never known about our history and stuff. So coming here and getting exposed to that was a gift that I don't know, just keeps on giving, I guess.
So for me, it was probably learning the language, which I knew a little bit of it, but I did do the beginning Muskogee and intermediate here. But having Mahaya Marshall as an instructor and all the stories that she can tell you about, it's really awesome. And like I'm half Muskogee Creek, and like I said, there's just been a lot of heartbreak and sadness on my mom's side of the family, and a lot of sickness and a lot of displacement. So I feel like I've got a long ways to go in learning about who I am, but I definitely got to start that here. So.
All right, thank you, panelists, and thank you, sir, for your question. Are there any other questions that you guys would like to ask our panelists?
What's your favorite spot to study on campus?
Good question. Start here with Peyton. And so the question was, what is their favorite spot to study on campus?
Honestly, it's gonna sound kind of interesting. If you guys have seen the pond out here, it's nice and all. There's a little concrete where the water is diverted to over there in the back end of it. I used to go out there and sit on that for some reason. Like it was away from everybody. If you don't mind the water smell, it's not bad at all. It's just pond water. You know, pond water. No, there's fish in there. Hey. No, just back there, it's away from everybody. It's nice and quiet usually.
Does Wi-Fi go back there?
It will.
I mean,
I was like,
sure.
She asked if the Wi-Fi goes back there, but not quite yet, was Neil's response.
No, we purchased it, but supply issues are keeping us from getting our switches that will do that. But we'll have Wi-Fi from, they say, all the way along that walking trail, so pretty much anywhere outdoors and parking lots.
I'm not tech savvy. I just use books. I use books and reading and writing and stuff. I'm sure she'll pay.
But I will use that though as if you enroll in 9 hours or more or language program, you get a laptop and a hotspot. You take that hotspot anywhere you want, as long as you got AT&T. So, you know, and if you haven't picked that up, we'll do that this afternoon sometime after I do the 3:30.
So, one of the places I like to study is the Learning Center at the building. But sometimes it can get a little crowded in there, and there's a lot of people in there. And where I like to go is to the library. There's a room in the back of the library. It's a very secluded room. You can close the door, and it'll just be you in there. And you can't really hear much outside noises, so that's where I like to go.
They put a PlayStation in there, so it's not that quiet anymore.
Never mind then.
God!
And you guys will see the Learning Center and some of these other locations that they're talking about on your tour here in just a few minutes. All right, favorite place to study?
The library.
I'm also, I like to go out to the gazebo we have out by the garden. It's very peaceful. It's at the edge of our campus. It's out towards green country out there in the back. It's nice. As of right now, the Wi-Fi doesn't go out and reach all the way out there, but like I said, it's quiet. And there are lights out there, so you can turn the lights on and you can go out there at night too. So.
Awesome.
The Turtle Lodge as well, Miss Wynn. They can go to the Turtle
Oh,
Lodge.
yes, the Turtle Lodge. It's located down there at the housing area, but it's not just for housing students. Anybody can use the Turtle Lodge. And there's actually a small computer lab in there. I believe there's 5 computers in there, and you can go down there and
6
print.
computers, 75-inch TV that you can plug anything in that they into.
Yes, there's a ping pong
games.
table in there. We're working on getting a pool table. So be sure to bring that back up to Miss Diana. We do want to get a pool table in there. So, all right, any other questions from anybody? All right, well, if not, I'm gonna ask you guys to take out your red ticket, because we're gonna do door prizes. Levi, will you mind putting on that light switch? Putting on the light, yes. All right, thank you guys so much to our panelists. Really appreciate it.
You want to tell them that real quick?
Take advantage of all the activities. We do beading, pottery, archery. I've done everything. I learned how to bead here, and I've made this lanyards and I've made other stuff.
Oh, he's got one more thing to add, 1 second.
Everybody, become friends with this Candace, for real. Yes, Candace is your best friend. She will help you with anything.
She's in 8106 Tutoring Center up there.
And she's actually one of our orientation leaders this afternoon also. Okay, everyone have their ticket ready? All right, Peyton, you want to pick an item and hold it up, please?
Sort of something small.
All right, so first we have a CMN hat. So, number 499135. 499135. Nobody?
Mine then, right?
499112. All right, we're gonna take that out to her. We have a winner. Okay, pick her about something else. Grab that blue thing, blue thing, we'll go together. Cards and, yeah, the cards too, yeah.
All together?
Yeah. Okay, so this is, Muskogee Clan Bingo, and, the card game is called Humgin. It's just like Uno, but it's all in Muskogee language. So this is 499136. All right, we got a winner right there. Yeah, that's one. Okay, we have a leather-bound CMN portfolio. Only staff and faculty have these, so they're pretty rare. But this is a 499110. Right there, winner. There's a coat.
Hey, you want the color or shirt?
There's a jacket. Okay, you can unfold it so we can see it. So we've got a red zip-up Ravens jacket. And if you win this and it's not your size, just let us know afterwards and we'll exchange it on Monday or Tuesday, whenever you get to campus. So 499129. 499129. Okay, we're back. We got a winner. Okay, next item, please.
Small.
Okay, we've got a health and wellness tumbler with a straw, so 499143. All right here, right up front. we've got another hat, and this is 499120. Okay, right over here. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Okay, next item, please. So this is a CMN umbrella, yeah, don't open it. 499108. 499108, right over here, all right.
Catch it.
Miss Robin.
We'll go to the next one.
Okay, we've got a College of the Muskogee Nation messenger bag, number 499140. All right, right here, awesome. Okay, next item. Grab the hoodie. So the next item is a black CMN zip-up hoodie, and this is for number 499133. All right, right there. Okay, next item.
That's not a shirt, what is it?
All right, we've got a t-shirt with a hood. It says "Never Give Up." This is for number 499132. Right there on the end. Winner.
Hannigan?
Okay, so this is a drawstring backpack with, it looks like it comes with highlighters or a marker set. So this is for number 499145. Right here.
You want to both read the same time or you got one at a
Yeah.
time?
Go ahead and open it up. Okay, this is a long sleeve t-shirt with the logo on the sleeve for number 499154. 499154. Anybody? No?
So, all in the back.
Oh, way in the back.
Okay.
Throw it at somebody.
Winner.
They didn't get a t-shirt,
You went, oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, the next item, we've got a hat, and this is for number 499153. Right here. Okay, we have another umbrella for number 499130. Right there. Okay, another long sleeve white t-shirt with the seal on the arm for number 499149. 499149. Draw another card or another ticket. 499122. All right. Back. Okay, we have another CMN hat for number 499150. Right here. Okay, our last item, we've got a CMN zip-up jacket. Is that a half zip?
It's a
Nike.
nice, it's a nice.
499118. All right,
Winner.
winner right there. Okay, Levi, would you have our orientation leaders come on in? All right, guys, you guys have been so patient with us. I thank you guys for being a very respectful audience. Thank you for listening to our speakers and our panelists today. So next, the next part of our program is the campus tour. So we're gonna have our orientation leaders come in. So take a look at your sticker with your name, and there's gonna be a number on the corner, and that's what group you're gonna go with. So if you have a number 1, you're gonna go with group 1. So we'll give them just a second to come on in.
You don't want to select?
I'll just leave them there for now. We're here. All right, orientation leaders. So you guys are gonna, we'll go one group at a time, and then you guys are gonna do a really short icebreaker with your orientation leader, and then take the campus tour. After that, there's the ID lab, the financial aid lab, and then before you go, we need to go get your parking permit, you can take your class schedule, look at your books, have everything ready to go, so you're able to leave at that time. But during the tour, we are asking the family members and student supporters to stay here in this room with us, and we've got some information for you guys as well. All right, so group one, you're gonna go with Mrs. Holly Ledford. And Holly is our Student Success Center counselor. So if you're in group one, and go with Mrs. Ledford right here. Wait, real big, Holly. Oh. You don't have a number? Where's your Elliot come in? Out there, Elliot come in real quick. You should have a little number on your name tag. They're going up. Oh. My group coming out right now. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, guys, 1 second. How many of you don't have a number on your sticker? So look, just a few of you? Okay. Okay, 1 second. You might go ahead and send the ones that don't have a number. Okay, so group number 2, and then also if you don't have a number on your sticker, you're gonna go ahead and go with group number 2, because there wasn't that many of you. And this is Miss Marissa Lewis, she's our Student Success Center coordinator. So just follow Miss Lewis right here.
I'm like, all the truth.
All right, group 3, and this is Miss Candace Noon. Come on up, Candace, and give away.
That's Candace, be nice to her. Awesome.
So if you're with group 3, you're gonna follow Miss Noon right here. She's gonna take care of you. You brag about it the whole time, Candace.
No, I'll do it like meeting, but that's your best friend. You know, it should be.
All right, Candace's group head on out. All right, so group 4, you've got Mr. Greg Palma. Give a big wave. All right, this is who you're gonna go with if you're with group 4, with Mr. Palma.
Big wave.
The biggest of waves.
Okay, if you are group number 5, you're with Mrs. Patricia Farrell, right here in the blue. All right, lucky group number 6, Mr. Colton Wood. All right, have a good tour, everybody.
You got here, you did it.
Oh, I'm down here now. I'll ask somebody for it.
Okay.
I got bags at my office. They're right outside the door.
Okay. Everybody was good?
Sounds good. Thank you, Neil, for reminding me about that.
We'll head out this way.
Well, if you're on the live stream, we're going to go ahead and turn it on.